Most people lose their dreams not because they don't said have talent, but because they waste their energy listening to people who never believed in them. If you truly want to win, you must learn the art of silencing the world and listening to your vision. Every great achiever in history had one thing in common. They were so obsessed with their dreams that the noise of people around them never stopped them. People will doubt you, laugh at you, and even discourage you, but your dream is yours alone, not theirs. Today, I will share with you 10 powerful truths, 10 ways to stay unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable on your journey. Listen carefully because each point can change the way you live your life. 1. How to train your mind for unstoppable focus. The very first step towards achieving your dreams is learning how to train your mind. Your mind is the battlefield where success and failure are decided. Most people lose their battles before they even begin, not because they are weak or untalented, but because their minds are filled with noise, negative thoughts, doubts, fears, and the opinions of people who don't even walk their path. To focus on your dreams, you must create mental discipline, because without it, every distraction around you will pull you away from what truly matters. Training your mind for unstoppable focus means setting clear intentions every single day. When you wake up, you should already know where your energy is going. Too many people wake up and scroll through their phones, instantly feeding their minds with chaos, gossip, and comparison. That is not the routine of a dream chaser. A focused person wakes up with purpose, aligns their day with their goals, and eliminates the noise that does not serve them. The truth is, distractions will always exist. Friends will call you to hang out, social media will tempt you to waste hours, and people around you will keep pulling you into their drama. But when your mind is trained, you no longer chase everything that comes your way. You learn to say no with confidence. You begin to filter your time, your conversations, and your habits. That is the true power of focus. Your dream requires energy, and energy flows where attention goes. If you allow your mind to wander in 100 directions, you will never have enough energy left to build the one vision that matters. But when you learn to focus, your energy becomes like a laser, sharp, powerful, and capable of cutting through every obstacle. To build this kind of mental focus, practice silence. Spend time alone with your thoughts, journal your goals, visualize your dreams daily, and feed your mind with positivity. Just as muscles are trained in the gym, your mind must be trained with discipline. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you strengthen your inner power. Every time you say no to what doesn't matter, you say yes to your future. 2. How to stop seeking validation from others. One of the biggest chains that hold people back from chasing their dreams is the constant need for validation. We live in a world where everyone is seeking likes, comments, and approval, but true dreamers understand that external validation is a trap. The moment your happiness depends on someone else's opinion, you give away your power. If you want to rise, you must learn to stop begging for approval and start living freely for your dreams. Validation from others feels good in the moment, but it is never permanent. People will clap for you today and criticize you tomorrow. They will cheer for your success when it benefits them and disappear when you stumble. That is why you can't afford to let their opinions control your direction. Your dream was given to you, not to them. They don't see what you see, they don't feel what you feel, and they don't carry the same fire inside of them. So why should they decide how far you can go? The truth is, when you stop seeking validation, you set yourself free. You stop living for applause and start living with purpose. This doesn't mean you won't listen to feedback, but it means you no longer crave approval to feel worthy. You understand that your worth doesn't come from a compliment, a pat on the back, or a number on social media. Your worth comes from within, and it grows stronger when you learn to validate yourself. Every successful person had to face this challenge. Innovators, leaders, and dreamers were often mocked at the beginning. People called them crazy, unrealistic, or impossible dreamers. But what set them apart was their ability to keep moving forward without waiting for the world to understand them. They validated their own vision, and that belief carried them through rejection, laughter, and criticism, until the same people who doubted them started applauding. To stop seeking validation, you must train yourself to find joy in progress, not praise. Celebrate small wins silently, remind yourself why you started, and constantly reconnect with your why. The less you rely on people's approval, the stronger you become. You no longer bend your dreams to fit their comfort zones. Instead, you rise above, unapologetically chasing your goals, whether people approve or not. 3. How to build inner confidence that doesn't shake. Confidence is not something you borrow from the world. It is something you build within yourself. Too many people tie their confidence to outside approval, achievements, or temporary success. When things go wrong, or when people criticize them, their confidence collapses like a fragile glass tower. True confidence, the kind that carries you toward your dreams, comes from a foundation so strong that no rejection, no failure, and no negative word can destroy it. Building inner confidence begins with self-belief. You must learn to believe in your potential even before the results show up. Champions are not made the day they win medals. They are made in the silent days of training when nobody is watching. That silent belief when the world cannot yet see your greatness is what creates unshakable confidence. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen confidence is through self-talk. The words you tell yourself every day shape the way you see yourself. If your inner voice is filled with doubt, you will walk through life unsure. But if your inner voice repeats encouragement, strength, and possibility, you begin to act with certainty. Your mind listens to what you say, so train it to hear words of power. Confidence also grows from action. The more you step out of your comfort zone, the more evidence you create that you are capable. Every small victory, finishing a task, keeping a promise to yourself, or pushing through fear, becomes a brick in the wall of confidence. Over time, these bricks build a fortress that nothing can shake. Another key factor in building inner confidence is setting boundaries. When you allow negative people to invade your space, they plant seeds of insecurity. Protect your environment, surround yourself with those who believe in growth, and distance yourself from voices that weaken your spirit. Confidence cannot survive in toxic soil. It must be nurtured in positivity. Visualization also plays a powerful role. When you close your eyes and see yourself succeeding, your brain begins to believe it's possible. Athletes, leaders, and achievers use visualization to rehearse success until their minds accept it as reality. This mental rehearsal gives them strength even when challenges rise against them. True confidence is not arrogance, it is quiet strength. It doesn't shout to prove itself. It doesn't need constant applause. It simply knows. It walks tall, acts boldly, and believes deeply because it is rooted inside, not outside. 4. How to use criticism as fuel, not fear. Criticism is one of the biggest reasons people give up on their dreams. The fear of being judged, laughed at, or misunderstood keeps so many from even starting. But here is the truth. No matter what you do, people will always have something to say. If you succeed, they'll question how you did it. If you fail, they'll say they knew it all along. You cannot escape criticism, but you can choose how to use it. Instead of letting it break you, turn it into the very fire that fuels your determination. When people criticize you, it often says more about them than it does about you. Sometimes it comes from jealousy, sometimes from fear, and sometimes from their own insecurities. If you let their words define you, you are living their story instead of your own. But when you learn to take their criticism and use it as motivation, you begin to transform negativity into power. The strongest people in history were heavily criticized before they were admired. Innovators, creators, and leaders were mocked because they dared to think differently. Imagine if they had let fear of judgment silence them. The world would have missed out on their inventions, their art, their ideas, and their contributions. Their secret was not ignoring criticism completely, but refusing to let it stop them. One of the best ways to handle criticism is to separate constructive advice from destructive negativity. Constructive criticism can be a tool to sharpen your skills, improve your work, and grow stronger. Destructive criticism, however, is meant to pull you down, and you must learn to recognize and discard it quickly. Growth comes from listening with wisdom, not reacting with fear. When you shift your perspective, criticism becomes energy. Every doubt becomes a reason to prove them wrong. Every negative word becomes a reminder of why you started. Instead of running from criticism, let it challenge you to work harder, think smarter, and push further. Let every "you can't" echo in your mind as "watch me." Dream chasers understand that fear of criticism kills more dreams than failure ever will. The day you stop fearing judgment is the day you step into real freedom. Criticism will always come, but whether it weakens you or fuels you depends entirely on how you choose to receive it. To attract dream builders, you must first become one. Be the kind of person who supports others, who lifts them instead of competing with them. Energy attracts energy, and when you radiate positivity and encouragement, you naturally draw the same kind of people into your life. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is surrounding yourself with inspiration daily, even through books, podcasts, mentors, or motivational content. If you don't have access to supportive people in your immediate environment, create a virtual circle of dream builders by consuming content that keeps your mind focused and your spirit strong. Your circle is your mirror. If you want to grow, be around growth. If you want to dream big, be around visionaries. If you want to rise higher, walk with those who believe in climbing. Dream killers drain your fire, but dream builders multiply your flame until it lights up everything around you. 6. How to stay consistent even when nobody believes in you. One of the hardest parts of chasing your dreams is staying consistent when no one around you supports or understands you. In the beginning, your vision will often feel invisible to others. People may laugh, dismiss your efforts, or even tell you that you're wasting your time. This is where most people quit, because walking a lonely road requires strength that few are willing to develop. But consistency is the invisible bridge between dreams and reality, and only those who keep walking, even in silence, get to cross it. Consistency is not about doing big things once in a while. It's about showing up every single day. Whether or not you feel motivated, motivation will fade. People's applause will come and go, but discipline will keep you moving forward. Think about it. Your dream does not care how many people cheer for you. It only responds to how much effort you put into it daily. Every small action you take adds up like drops of water filling a jar. It might look empty for a long time, but one day it overflows, and that's when results appear. When nobody believes in you, remember that belief is not their responsibility, it's yours. Your vision was planted in your heart, not theirs. If you wait for everyone to validate your path, you will never move. Consistency means moving, even when your steps feel unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. It means having faith in the process when the world shows you no proof. The truth is, many people only start believing once they see results. They will doubt you in the beginning, then admire you later. That's why your focus should never be on convincing others. It should be on proving yourself to yourself. Every time you keep going when it would have been easier to quit, you strengthen your character and build resilience. Practical consistency comes from building routines and systems that keep you grounded. Set clear goals, break them into small steps, and commit to completing them no matter what distractions arise. Celebrate small victories privately because they are proof that you're moving forward. Consistency is the quiet power that makes impossible things possible. It is the persistence to show up when no one is watching, the determination to keep pushing when no one claps, and the courage to keep believing when no one else does. 7. How to replace comparison with self-improvement. Comparison is one of the biggest thieves of happiness and progress. In today's world, it has become easier than ever to compare your journey with others, what they have, where they are, how fast they are moving. You see their highlight reels on social media and begin to question your own worth. But the truth is, comparison blinds you to your own blessings and steals the focus you should be giving to your growth. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you're measuring your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. Their results come from years of struggle, mistakes, and effort you may never see. But instead of feeling inspired, you let it discourage you. That's why it's crucial to shift your mindset from comparison to self-improvement. Ask yourself daily, how can I be better than I was yesterday? That single question holds more power than any comparison ever will. Self-improvement is about progress, not perfection. Even small steps forward count, because growth is a gradual process. If you read one page today, exercise for 10 minutes, or practice your skill for a short time, you are still moving ahead. The key is consistency in those little improvements, because over time they add up to massive results. Another important truth is that everyone's journey is unique. No two people share the same background, challenges, or opportunities. Your dream is tailored for you, not for them. When you compare, you ignore your own path and try to walk someone else's. But when you focus on self-improvement, you honor your individuality and give your energy to becoming the best version of yourself. A powerful way to replace comparison is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your attention from what you lack to what you already have. When you're grateful, you stop resenting other people's success and start appreciating your own journey. This attitude not only keeps you focused, but also attracts more growth and positivity into your life. Another step is tracking your progress. Write down your goals, measure your growth, and celebrate small victories. Nothing motivates more than seeing how far you've come. Remember, your race is with yourself, not with others. When you let go of comparison and embrace self-improvement, you reclaim your energy, protect your confidence, and stay focused on your unique path. Growth becomes your mission, and your dream becomes unstoppable. 8. How to protect your energy from negative voices. Your energy is your greatest asset, and protecting it is essential if you want to reach your dreams. Every day you are surrounded by voices. Some encourage you, but many try to discourage, distract, or drain you. Negative voices can come from people, from social media, from your environment, and even from your own thoughts. If you do not learn how to guard your energy, those voices will slowly weaken your focus, destroy your confidence, and dim the fire inside you. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it is survival for your dream. Negative voices are powerful because they echo in your mind long after you hear them. A single discouraging comment can replay in your thoughts for days, making you doubt your abilities. That is why you must filter what and who you allow into your mental space. Just as you would never let someone throw garbage into your home, you should never allow toxic words to enter your mind unchecked. Your dream is fragile in its early stages, and protecting it from negativity is like protecting a seed from weeds. One of the best ways to protect your energy is to set boundaries. Not everyone deserves access to your vision or your time. Some people drain you with complaints, criticism, or drama, and you must learn to say no without guilt. Your energy is too valuable to be wasted on arguments, gossip, or trying to convince people who will never understand your path. Every no to negativity is a yes to your growth. Another way is to intentionally feed your mind with positivity. Replace negative input with books, podcasts, mentors, or communities that inspire you. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, not those who pull you down. When your environment supports your energy, it becomes easier to silence the negative voices that try to sneak in. Even your own inner critic can be a negative voice, and it must be managed carefully. When self-doubt whispers, challenge it with truth. Remind yourself of your strengths, your progress, and your reasons for starting. Train your thoughts to align with your vision, not your fears. Protecting your energy also means giving yourself rest. A tired, stressed mind is more vulnerable to negativity. Take care of your body, recharge your spirit, and guard your peace. A dreamer with strong energy cannot be easily shaken, no matter how loud the negative voices become. 9. How to visualize your dreams until they feel real. Every dream begins in the mind before it becomes a reality. The power of visualization is one of the most underestimated tools for success, yet it is what separates those who quit from those who create. When you learn to see your dreams so vividly that they feel real, you program your mind and body to act in alignment with that vision. Visualization is not daydreaming, it is mental rehearsal, the practice of experiencing your success in advance until it feels inevitable. The human brain is wired in a fascinating way. It cannot always tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something truly experienced. That means when you visualize yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, speaking with confidence, finishing that project, or living your dream life, your brain begins to build the same neural pathways as if you had already done it. Over time, this mental practice creates belief, and belief creates action. The greatest athletes, leaders, and innovators in the world have used visualization as a secret weapon. Before stepping onto the field, court, or stage, they close their eyes and see the moment unfolding perfectly. They feel the emotions, hear the sounds, and imagine the victory. When the real moment comes, it feels familiar because they have already lived it 100 times in their mind. That familiarity breeds confidence and courage. To visualize effectively, you must be specific. Don't just imagine success, see it in detail. Picture the room, the people, the colors, the emotions, even the smells. The more senses you involve, the more powerful the experience becomes. Instead of saying, I want to succeed, visualize yourself signing the deal, crossing the finish line, holding the award, or stepping into the life you dream of. The clearer the image, the stronger the belief. Consistency is key. Just as you train your body through repetition, you must train your mind through repeated visualization. Spend a few minutes each day closing your eyes and living inside your dream. Do it until the vision becomes so natural that doubt struggles to survive. The more real your dream feels inside, the more determined you become to make it real outside. Visualization also keeps you focused when distractions and negativity surround you. It reminds you why you started and where you are heading. When the world tells you it sits impossible, your mind replies, I said already seen it and I know it sits possible. 10. How to keep your eyes on the prize, not the distraction. Distractions are everywhere, and they grow louder the closer you get to your dream. The world is full of noise, people's opinions, endless scrolling on social media, temptations to quit, and opportunities that look good but are not aligned with your purpose. If you are not careful, these distractions will pull you away from the path and waste the energy that should be building your future. To achieve greatness, you must train yourself to keep your eyes locked on the prize, no matter how many things try to steal your attention. The truth is, distractions often appear harmless. They don't always come as obvious obstacles. Sometimes they come disguised as comfort, entertainment, or even well-meaning advice. But every moment you give to something that doesn't move you closer to your dream is a moment stolen from your destiny. That is why focus is not just about working hard. It is about working smart, knowing where your energy belongs, and refusing to be pulled in 100 directions. When you keep your eyes on the prize, you learn the art of saying no. No to unnecessary drama. No to toxic environments. No to endless procrastination. Every no protects your time and sharpens your focus. Success is not built by doing everything. It is built by doing the right things consistently. A powerful way to stay focused is by constantly reminding yourself of your why. Why did you start this journey? What does achieving this dream mean to you? When your why is strong, distractions lose their power. You begin to realize that temporary pleasures or the opinions of others are nothing compared to the fulfillment of your vision. Another strategy is breaking your dream into clear goals. When you know the exact steps needed, it's harder to drift away. Each completed step brings you closer to the finish line, and the finish line keeps your motivation alive. Remember, the prize is not only the achievement itself, but the person you become while chasing it. Every time you resist a distraction, you prove your discipline. Every time you stay committed when it would have been easier to give up, you grow stronger. The world will always try to pull your eyes away from the goal, but those who win are the ones who never stop looking forward, no matter what surrounds them.